Hey guys, Mr. Kaiju here again. Or hey, what's up guys? Mr. Kaiju here again. As I usually tend to begin my videos, and sorry about the different background here. TARDIS background has been removed since I needed like a more bland background for my figure reviews to show more detail, since TARDIS one had apparently more detail than the other figures did, as some people have mentioned. But anyway, TARDIS table will come back soon, or will come back at some point, but for now, I'll be using this. But anyway, time to do a next Godzilla review. Um, so today's review is going to be on the Trendmasters Godzilla versus the Dinosaurs. Godzilla, awesome! Yeah, it's a pretty awesome figure. Now, there's a backstory to this figure towards how, well, if you grew up like I did, you tended to see a lot of these toys inside the stores. Um, Well, I saw. This is just a little backstory when I was a little kid. Back when I was a little kid, my dad took me to Target, and there was a sitting on the shelves was a 8-inch or 10-inch Trendmasters Godzilla right there, and I thought, oh, that looks like a pretty good figure. Maybe I should buy it. Now, of course, I didn't think of it like that way. I was a little kid, and I thought, oh, Daddy, buy it. He said he promised he would, and I said, yes, I'm finally gonna get a Godzilla. Then later on, the toys got canceled, the company went bankrupt, they were gone, and I thought, oh man, so close to getting Godzilla. So I never got a chance to get a Godzilla. However, thanks to the year 2012 coming, I was able to get this figure for steal, $6 at Fighters Corner. Now I don't go to Fighters Corner anymore because it's getting really expensive there. I mean, $18 for a Trendmasters Batra. I mean, yeah, it's okay price, but $18. If you look at Ultraman Cronus's review of Godzilla, of his Trendmasters Godzilla, the 10-inch one, he got it for like that price. And just for that little Batra, a 5-inch one, I thought, no, I'm not even gonna go. I'm not even gonna go for that. So yeah, I'm glad I picked up this guy before he got expensive. I was originally gonna get the powered up version where it was black. This one's got a green paint job. You just can't really tell. Um, it's not, the lighting here isn't that great, but if I kind of move him around, you can kind of see the green. But anyway, just wanted to tell that a quick backstory. And like I said, $6 is not going to kill me or anybody. Now, I do have other Trendmaster Godzilla figures that are up on the way for reviewing. That I will be reviewing soon, such as this one, and maybe this one. Of course, Zilla, yeah, I will do a review on him. And of course, my Trendmaster's Mothra. That's yet for review. Now, Godzilla versus the Dinosaurs set. Yeah, that was a pretty interesting set. You get a Godzilla and two dinosaurs. Who can beat that? I did not get the dinosaurs with this guy. They were at Fighters Corner. Way more expensive than this. Get that. So, yeah. They're really, really expensive now. I can't even tell you how expensive they are. Why? Because does 20 freaking dollars sound pretty expensive for just one of the dinosaurs? Yeah. Um, $3, yeah. I can find it for $3, but you know what I mean. So this guy came with two dinosaurs. You would have Godzilla fight the two dinosaurs. Pretty fun time if you were a little kid that grew up. So yeah. Now, Trendmasters Godzillas go through kind of their own design to get Godzilla. So I would want to put like a little picture still right here of Godzilla 90s to compare to him, but I don't have the rights to. So instead, I'm going to be comparing it, if you can't hear me, to the only other 90s Godzilla figure that I have is the Heisei Godzilla, made by Bandai. And you can probably already tell the differences already. Excuse the gloss on the Godzilla. Or wax. It's actually a wax. I just recently found out it's wax. If you remember my review, I said it was gloss. It's actually wax. Same thing on the leg too, wax. But anyway, um, there's big differences as you can see on these two. For example, on the Godzilla, you can see he's got sort of a small head. Actually, let me line this guy's head up. He's got a small head, His spikes are ranged in random order. They're really huge. His arms are nice and small. He's got a broad, fat chest, huge thighs, big feet, and a long tail, and a pretty good paint scheme. And he's got a kind of smaller snout and a kind of more or less kind of less open jaw. If we were to take a look at the Trendmasters Godzilla, the head is more like a tiger, kind of like a cat-shaped head, because Godzilla 90s is meant to kind of represent like kind of a cat face. The chest is protruding more. The arms are more muscled up, kind of gorilla-like, and almost human-like. The spikes are kind of arranged in separate rows, first row, second row, third row, like all evenly done. The bottom half of the body is not as fat. The legs are pretty huge, the feet are stumpy, and the tail is short. Which, not a problem for me, as this guy was indeed the first 90s Godzilla. But this Godzilla figure looks like a mixture between this Godzilla and, this is just in my opinion, this Godzilla. Why do I say that? It's mostly in the spines. That's in my opinion. The spines just, to me, they look similar. And also, the feet. I don't know what you guys see, but I see the feet kind of the same, you know? And the last figure he looks like, which I don't have with me right now, is the NECA 1985 figure. It's mostly in the way the head is sculpted, that kind of reminds me of that. And kind of the spines too, since they're kind of small. But that's just my opinion. Anyway, I've been going on 6 minutes, almost 7 right now. So let's actually talk about the figures. So Trendmasters figures are really cool in my opinion. Bring back so many memories to many adult collectors as of now, which is not a bad thing. So he came positioned in the box. See, the tail's removable. And he came in like this. And then you would have to attach the tail. Kind of like today's NECA's figures. But I think it's kind of cool that you kind of attach the tail. I wish you can do that with Bandai Creation figures, and you can do that with X-Plus figures too. And the batteries go through here on the spines. You kind of have to open this bit, and you put the batteries in. He has like this little wave motion sensor here, and he would roar. Mine, sadly, the little terminal in here is gone. So, like I said, the detail on this guy is really nice, actually. It's not that bad when you compare it to other figures. Basically, it looks kind of like more like hair. You can see it on the tail mostly. It looks kind of like hair, as you can see. And I kind of like the bottom of the tail, how it just looks pretty cool like this. Just like, it's not detailed, it's just like rounded off. And the tail looks pretty cool too. Kind of get the S shape that he has. The arms, like I said, he's got huge hands, which are meant for fighting, so you can actually get him to grab the dinosaurs. This allows for some playability, because you can have him like grab some dinosaurs, make it look like he's fighting, or have him at least hold something. This hand looks like it could hold something too. The head is probably the best part of the figure. The head just looks really cool. It's like an old school dinosaur look for Godzilla. Very menacing head, as Godzilla's supposed to be kind of menacing. The teeth are actually pretty good. Some of them are actually sculpted on. They're not molded on like today's standards. There's actually a tongue in there, but it's not detailed. It's actually really cool. They kind of got like this kind of texture to it, and like I said, they're in like each of their own row. Legs are humongous, and the feet are nice and bulky. Gonna give them this muscled up look. So yeah, design and detail is actually okay for today's standards. Paint job is kind of neat. We kind of got this green color that you would see on Godzilla 2000. Mine has like these weird little splashes of green on there, because me, being myself, saw huge orange markings all over this thing, because this is a second-handed toy. Fighters Corner tends to hand out second-handed toys and fresh in box toys. So I thought I would take green paint and paint over that. However, I didn't use the right type of green, so yeah, I have to kind of deal with that. And the spikes were kind of like this bluey color, but I changed it to silver because, well, I took a look at this Godzilla toy and I thought, oh, well, if he's got that kind of spines, then that means, okay. So, paint job, he's green. He's kind of like this beigey color for his toes and claws. His teeth are yellow. The inside of the mouth isn't actually red, it's actually brown. Completely red eyes, silver spines, as I well customized it. Kind of a paint bleed there, as you can see. I can get rid of that with paint, but not the same green paint as I used before. Articulation. You guys want to see articulation? Okay. Head can rotate 360. Camera kind of has to wobble since the head's kind of stiff. So it's good. Allows for playability. You can have Godzilla, look around like, where's the next monster? Arms can rotate just fine. They kind of hinder on the thighs, so you may want to move over them. This arm right here is loose. The eyes can move. Mine does like this weird pivot. I don't know if any other Godzilla figure does, but it's kind of like it's more like a V cut where you can go like that instead of walking. And so it can rotate, and like I said, it is removable. So yeah, pretty neat. Really nice figure. All right, let's compare him in size. Compared to your average Bandai figure, like I said, he is a Morbill box Godzilla 54. He looks a little bit shorter. He's actually like right here, if you can tell. But actually, no, I'm wrong. He's actually like right there. I think that's what I said. I like to compare it to my Mothra Leo larva, since in Godzilla and Mothra: The Battle for Earth, there was a scene where they find Mothra stage. Mothra larva stage. This is the only Mothra larva I have other than the small one. The twins are sadly falling apart, but yeah, this is a pretty good size for the scenes where she bites his chest and of course bites his tail. Cool. Let me compare it to another Trendmasters figure, Mothra. This is the only other Trendmaster Godzilla figure I have that is different than Godzilla. Maybe Mothra could be a little bit bigger, maybe this big. That would be good, but I'm not saying this is bad. Here it is compared to the Trendmasters Thunder Claw. I think that's called Thunder Claw. Zilla figure, as you can see, he's really tall. He's actually taller than this, but I just have him in a more sitting position so you can see him on camera. Here it is compared to the NECA 1985 Godzilla, and as you can see, NECA 1985 Godzilla is really tall. Not really tall, like not tall, but just tall. Here it is compared to the, I'm just going to compare it to another Trendmaster figures, the Claw Slasher, Baby Zilla. Now, Baby Zilla's too big, so yeah. And another Trendmasters Godzilla figure, although not technically Godzilla. Another Baby Zilla. This one's about to his head, which is fine. Not good standards, but it's okay. Hypergauss, kind of have to put them up here. Yeah, Hypergauss is a little bit shorter, but this goes good nonetheless. Of course, I think Hypergauss is supposed to be bigger, but it's okay. And here it is, compared to my Lego DeLorean. Can't see it. There it is compared to my custom Lego DeLorean, which I will review one day. Which is okay if you want to do Godzilla Back to the Future with Giant DeLorean. And as I showed earlier, compared to Bandai Godzilla 1994, I'll do a little bit more comparisons. Here it is compared to Gamora, my Gashpon one. I actually say this is actually a pretty good scaling because if we remember, Gamora's like 50 meters and this Godzilla's like 100. So yeah, this is actually pretty doable. Here it is compared to a 5-inch Dalek from Doctor Who. They scale pretty good, although Godzilla should be bigger. But it's okay if you want to make Godzilla versus Dalek. Here it is compared to Mr. Kaiju Rex. As you can see, we can see that Godzilla is pretty much up to scale with Mr. Kaiju Rex. He's just a little bit taller, just up here in the head. They're like, as you can see, as my finger leans down, you can see how big it is compared to Mr. Kaiju Rex. Yeah. Blah. And just for a fun comparison, here it is compared to the other Trendmaster Godzilla. So if you want to make Godzilla and Godzilla Jr., this could work. And here it is compared to a random Zilla figure. This is really small. So, yes. So, like I said, I have a loving for Trendmasters toys. They're really cool. Bring back many memories of when I really wanted another Godzilla. And I'm planning on picking up more Trendmaster Godzillas. I mean, I only have 4 of them, and one counting being Mothra. But I think this is my longest review I've done. I love Trendmasters toys, and I really love this figure. I give it a 10 out of 10 for how the way it is, and I think it's a pretty good figure. You guys can say what you want, but it's like my favorite Godzilla figure. Well, one of them, but it's my favorite Godzilla toy. One of them out of all of them. I mean, you guys should already know from my other reviews which Godzilla figure. But I didn't really spend most of my time on this figure, but it's pretty good. It's a nice figure. I'm planning on passing it on to some family members if they want it, cause I like it too. I like it. I want to keep it, but it might be good to give some backstory. Anyway, details okay. Paint job is okay. Articulation is really good since it's kind of basic. Sizing is doable, and figure gets a total 10 out of 10. So, yeah. Thanks for watching, guys, and look forward to more reviews, as I always say. Thanks for watching. Mr. Kaiju Rex signing out. Subscribe! Subscribe!